Welcome to tonight's video on the first one on chapter 3, section 1, talking about the different types of lines like parallel lines. Parallel lines are basically two lines that do not intersect and they are in the same plane. So here they have to be in the same plane and do not intersect. And do not intersect. Couple things about parallel lines. Notice the symbol and also notice on the picture the arrows. Those tell you that lines are parallel. Skew lines are lines that do not intersect but are not coplanar. So look at the picture here. Line L and line M are skew because they don't intersect and they are not coplanar. One way to talk about it is they would intersect if they were coplanar. Parallel planes are planes that do not intersect, like A and B here. So if you look at this picture here, name all segments parallel to BC. BC is right here. You have FG. You have AD. And you also have EH, because EH is on the same plane, because you could draw a line here and make a plane. Name a segment skew to EH. Well, EH is here, so something like CD would be skew. FC, AB, right here, because it looks like it would intersect, but they're not on the same plane. Same with BG. And those are the ones that are skew to it. Name a parallel plane to ABG. So this is the bottom of the box, so the top of the box, any of these three letters, like plane DCF. Alright, if you look at here, name a plane that is parallel to RST. RST is here, the top of the box. WXY is the bottom of the box. It's parallel. Name a segment that intersects YZ. YZ is intersected by XY. And name a segment that is parallel to RX. RX is parallel to TZ. That's the only one of those that it's parallel to. If you look at this picture here we're talking about types of angles that are formed by two lines that are intersected by a third line. That third line is what's called a transversal. So a transversal is a line that intersects two or more other lines. So that's a transversal. So here in this picture, T is the transversal, line T, for this picture. Now, between the two lines, you get the interior angles, like here, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6. Those are interior angles because they're between the two lines, Q and R. Exterior angles are outside, like angle 1, angle 2, angle 7, and angle 8. Those are exterior. Then you get into specific types of interior and exterior angles, like same side interior, like 4 and 5. And then 3 and 6 are also same side interior. Alternate interior is basically different side of the transversal and on different lines. So for example, you have 3 and 5 are alternate interior. 3 and 4 are on different sides of the transversal, but they're not on different lines. and 4 and 6. Those are alternate interior. Now notice you also get kind of like a Z shape when you do alternate interior. So that's a way to tell that they're alternate interior angles. Alternate exterior, same rules except now they're exterior, so like 2 and 8. And 1 and 7. Those are alternate exterior. Then corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles that are in the same place on different lines. So they're in exactly the same spot, just on a different line. So for example, angle 1 and angle 5 are in the same spot. They're in the upper left of each line. They're just on different lines, so they're corresponding. So the same with 2 and 6. 4 and 8. And 3 and 7. So those are corresponding angles. So those are the different angle types that are formed when you have two lines intersecting by a transversal. So if you look at this picture, 2 and 6, they are corresponding because they're the same spot, just on different lines. 1 and 7 are exterior and they're alternating. Classify the relationship between 3 and 8. 3 and 8 are interior and they're on the same side, so they're consecutive interior. And 3 and 5 are in the interior, but they're on alternating sides, so they're alternate interior. Classify the relationship between 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are right here. They're interior and they're on the same side, so they're consecutive because we're looking at these two lines. 7 and 9. 7 and 9 are right here. They are, one's interior, one's exterior, and they're in the same place, just on different lines, so they're corresponding. 4 and 7 are exterior and alternating. And 2 and 11, so here's 2 and here's 11. So now you gotta ignore this line in the middle. Just look at L and N. 2 and 11 are interior because they're between those two, but they're on alternate sides, so they're alternate interior. Now for part A here, talking about what identifying the transversal, well, the transversal connecting 1 and 2 would be V, because this is the line here, and 1 and 2 are corresponding because they're in the same spot, just on different lines. The next one, 2 and 3 are right here. The core transversal is V, but they're alternate interior angles. And then for C, 4 and 5 are right here, so the transversal is Y, and they are consecutive interior. All right. Next is wants to know which lines are a transversal of. Well, here's A, and it's definitely a transversal of C and F. Now, if you extend E out, notice they would intersect, so E works. Same with D. If you extended that out, D would work. B is the only one that's parallel to, so it's C, D, E, and F. Same thing here with B. It's parallel to A, but notice D goes through it, C goes through it, F goes through it, and E. So it's basically everything but A, so it's C. And then the last one, C, is right here. So it goes through D, B, A, E, and F. So basically it goes through all of them.